start on our next project, and I'll hand over to Fjolla to tell you all about it. Thank you. Prishtina, how did you okay with this one? Thank you. Control. No problem. There you go. Please.
Good morning, everyone. Good morning, member of the jury, esteemed guests, and fellow colleagues. Please allow me to introduce myself. I'm Fjolla Kacaniku, a member of the A.U.K Honor Society, studying economics and management, and I'll be presenting on the topic gender and selection of undergraduate programs, with a main focus on factors affecting career aspirations of females in Prishtina district. But before I start, I would like to express my deepest gratitude to my mentor, Professor Dr. Brian Bowen, for his continued support, patience, and encouragement throughout the participation and also completion of the honors project. I also would like to thank my supervisors, Professor A.U.K, Nita Dutse, and Adona Maluku, for their continued support throughout my completion of the honors project. Also, I'm indebted to my family and friends for their continuous moral support throughout my participation and membership at the A.U.K Honor Society. Without their concern and help, the completion of this project would not have been possible. This is just a table of content that briefly explains the main points that I'll be discussing throughout my presentation. But before I start and explain further into details what I'm going to talk about, I would like you to show a video which was prepared by the UNDP with regards to gender and selection of undergraduate programs. So please let's watch the video together. Sorry for the word, but I hope the IT guys have it. Well, I hope that this video enlightened more about the fact of why I have chosen this topic to research more about. And that's why this problem is not only persistent in Kosovo, but it's worldwide. And that's why this honors research project addresses the problem that there are some certain factors that impact the students' undergraduate program selections, in particular females choosing science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. And as a result, my main goals of the projects are to justify or correct these assumptions with regards to low female participation in science, technology, engineering, and mathematics, and also trying to challenge the stereotype ways of thinking that there is low participation of females in science and technology, engineering, and mathematics. Well, as I mentioned, this problem is not only in Kosovo, but is worldwide, and as such, many large organizations such as the United Nations Development Program, but also World Bank, have tried to enhance females in participating in degrees such as engineering and mathematics. And as such, they are stating that if we were to include more females into these degrees, they will enable the enhancement of the pillars of growth. Today, scientists, engineers are trying to disentangle the world's utmost disturbing issues, such as finding cures for diseases, finding sanitation, access to sanitation, trying to alter global warming issues, and as such, being able to have a diverse labor force and including females as well as males in the labor market, it will enable both perspectives to be heard. But because my research topic is only limited to Kosovo, Prishtina in particular, I have used more data to explain the problem that is current in Kosovo. And as such, this figure over here, which was it looks at the problematics that females in Kosovo face when they try to choose an undergraduate program, in particular science, technology, engineering, and mathematics degrees. And as such, this survey was conducted by UNDP, trying to see what are the main factors that hinder Kosovar females not choosing science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. And as you can see from the figure also, some of them are not limited to the Kosovar tradition, does not encourage females enough. Also, the business sector is dominated by men, and also they might face also challenges from their parents. Because my study is limited to Prishtina district, I also took the sample as University of Prishtina and looking at different faculties and participation of females and males in different faculties as well. So as you can see clearly from the table, the participation of females mostly is dominated and ranges in faculties of philosophy and philological faculty. However, on the other hand, we can see the domination of males in faculties of civil engineering, architecture, electrical engineering, and mechanical engineering. And as a result, these were the main factors that influenced me to research more with regards to this problem and try to find some applicable recommendations. As such, I've conducted a survey consisting of 120 participants, 60 males and 60 females. This survey consisted of two parts. Section A, comprising of high school students, and I thought that it is very important knowing the root causes of the problem, so understanding why high school students are choosing or are deciding to choose a certain undergraduate program. And also Section B, which consists of university students, helps us understand at the degree that these students they have actually come to realize why they have chosen the undergraduate program that they are currently at. And I have to mention also that I had 100% participation in the survey. That's why this survey enabled me to understand some of the critical factors that influence females not choosing science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. And one of them is parental influence. So it is important to understand that in Kosovar society, parents play a crucial role in triggering these students to choose or not to a particular undergraduate program. If you can see from the figure here, you can see that the domination, from the participants, you can see that there is a clear domination of males in the engineering and also mathematics degrees. However, the clear domination on the contrary side, which is females, you can see that there is clear participation of females in teaching and nursing. When I asked the question whether these students have ever had any parental influence with regards to selecting their undergraduate program, we can see that on the female side, they agree to the statement that they have encountered challenges from their parents while selecting the undergraduate program. However, males, which are represented in blue, we can see that most males are not affected by their parents while they choose their undergraduate program. And also the other figure asks the question whether how can they rate their parents, so whether their parental impact have been effective or not, whether they have appreciated their parental input. And you can see from the figure that mostly females disagree to the appreciation of their parental input. However, on the other hand, most of the males to a certain extent appreciate what their parents have suggested to them. Also, this figure over here shows the times that students have consulted the undergraduate program selection with their parents. And we can see that mostly males range in the part of never, because they are stating that they never actually consider asking their parents or even having a direct impact from them. However, on the female side, we can see that the times that they have actually considered talking to their parents with regards to undergraduate program selection, it ranges from rarely, and it's mostly focused on they often discuss this matter of concern. Also, when we ask the students to rate their parental effectiveness or input, we can see that males are suggesting that and even rating their parental input from fair to even excellent. However, on the female side, we can see that they are rating their parental input as poor. When I went deeper on analysis and trying to find what are the main reasons that females are rating their parental input as poor, whereas males are suggesting that their parental input is something beneficial for them, as you can see also presented in this figure here is that in the female side, which is presented in red, the parents are choosing a career for them. However, on the male side, which is represented in blue, we can see that mainly their parents are suggesting a career which is demanded on the labor market, or maybe buying some books, which these are really pure suggestions which are directed to the male side. However, on the female side, we can see that their parents are choosing a career for them. Another factor that impacts students' undergraduate program selection is financial constraints. Obviously, financial constraints have always been a factor influencing students' education, and especially in a developing country such as Kosovo. And even from the figure here, we can see that most of the students are agreeing to this statement. However, we can see the differentiation in percentages in males from the female side, which makes us understand that if the family has limited funds and they have to choose whether they have to invest in their female child or a male child, they might go and choose the male child. Also, another factor that influences undergraduate program selection, especially on the female side, is low high school enrollment. It is clear from the figure also that most of the students agree that the high school is doing really less and encourage them to do something and understand in what particular undergraduate program that they are good at. And from the graph here also we can see some presented activities that usually high schools do with regards to helping the students. However, the only problem in this figure here is that females are the ones that really participate in less technical activities. So all of us might be wondering why that males are participating in experiments, in hands-on activities, in computer and guest lectures. However, females are usually participating in field trips and something not related and presented in this graph here. And also this complementary graph over here explains the participation on a yearly basis on how these students in high school participate in activities. And as such, we can see that mostly females dominate in 1 per year basis, however males in an over 7 per year basis. And probably this might suggest that high schools, when they are trying to enhance students in these activities, they are only they are not focusing on the whole student body, however they are directing these activities to males in particular. And finally, so the final factor of after this study is social values. Social values, such as stereotypes, have always been present in our society, trying to differentiate males and females profession-wise. And even this figure over here when the question was asked whether these participants believe that there are occupations directed to males or females in particular, we can see that most of them, regardless male or female, they are agreeing that Kosovo society differentiates the profession based on gender. Also, this graph here, when the question was asked whether these students have ever considered science, technology, engineering, and mathematics degrees, we can see that mostly the tendency can be seen on the male side. However, we can see also a desire presented by the female side. However, this remains just a desire because they actually do not participate and choose science-related degrees. And this final table over here categorizes the occupation based on male occupations, female occupations, and neutral occupations. And you can see also here that these participants have categorized engineering and mathematics as a male occupation, however, nurse and a teacher as a female occupation. Then my question to you is that why does the Kosovar society still think that a doctor and an engineer should be a male profession, however, a teacher and a nurse should be a female occupation, should be a female profession? That's why this honors project have given me the opportunity to find some applicable solutions to this problem that persists in Kosovo. As such, I'm recommending that there should be an establishment of a vocational guidance programs which will help students, but females in particular, in undergraduate program selection and further on in their careers. Trying to develop a project as such will require a thorough analysis of the market in Kosovo. And there are 116 high schools in Kosovo, which 46 of them are gymnasiums and 54 of them are vocational schools. And as a result, when these programs will be established in each high school in Kosovo, it will be directed to students in particular. We can see that there is a division of gymnasiums and vocational schools, and as a result, the need of this program will be specific to the students' needs. Also, there are costs associated with establishing a career guidance program, and as such, I have estimated a salary per counselor, which is 360 euros. However, the ranging of salaries in the educational sector, in particular in teaching, they are ranging from 300 to 500 euros. And as a result, this is just an estimate which shows how is the situation and the labor market grasped with regards to educational sector. When this project will be presented to a higher institution such as Ministry of Education, there is room for improvement and also other estimated costs that will be available for establishing a career guidance program. Also, there are operating expenses and also non-recurring expenses needed in establishing of this program. And as such, I have estimated a total operating expenses of this amount over there, which I think that as comparing the amount that the government distributes and divides to the education sector, I think that it's just a rational amount which will help the education sector enhance further. This program will have its benefits also, whether individually or in a macroeconomic level. So it will motivate students to remain committed, because when students know what undergraduate program they will be pursuing, they might focus in the areas and courses that is important for them and also for the university. Also, it will enable the employment of meeting high performance standards, because if a student knows which undergraduate program he will pursue, he also will be good at those specific courses. Let's say mathematics, biology, anything. Also, this will enable developing of innovation. If the student knows what undergraduate program they will be pursuing, also they will they will expand the knowledge, and this will enable also the development of their innovation. And finally, also it will utilize the students' best strengths because it is something on their strength that they will be good at indeed. Also, this program will have macroeconomic benefits to the economy of Kosovo because if there will be more people employed, and by employed I mean in the undergraduate program they will be most productive at, it will reduce the poverty and also inequality of Kosovo. If more people are paying taxes, the government welfare will be reduced, and as a result, the budgeting position of Kosovo will be better off. Also, with regards to many theories of development economics, we know that including females in economy and also in the labor market, and also, as I stated before, many large organizations such as UNDP and World Bank state that including females in the labor market, it will enhance the pillars of role. So I would say that this project would benefit the overall economy of Kosovo. I have also other recommendations which are in addition to the first one, which was more extended. So I'm suggesting that there should be an extension of this survey work. I've mentioned that my research is only limited to Prishtina district. So my study was only concerning the University of Prishtina, A.U.K, and maybe some other universities participant in my survey. And as a result, by including other parts of Kosovo, and especially the rural areas, it will allow the citizens to understand that this problem is even more severe, because we can understand the fact that in rural areas, they are not facing just problems of going into a particular undergraduate program, that they even don't have that power in trying to go and pursue education, whether primary, secondary, or even at a higher level. Also, I'm suggesting that there should be use of the female role models. Well, we know that there are numerous females that are very successful at what they do, whether they are doctors, engineers, nurses, business consultants, no matter what. So I'm suggesting that there would be more activities in high schools. I'm suggesting that there would be more guest lectures should be by using the female role models, because it is important to tell these young girls that you are not the only one pursuing an engineering degree or a doctor or whatever undergraduate program that they might desire. And my final recommendation is there should be the rework of the Ministry of Education curriculum. Obviously, I'm not a curriculum expert, and I can distinguish what's the loophole in that curriculum. However, I can notice that after my research, I've understood even how less high schools do with regards to encouraging students, but females in particular, in pursuing science, technology, engineering, and mathematics degrees. And if there should be a rework of this curriculum, trying to add more activities to help these young females in pursuing their desired undergraduate program, this would be just a step forward to try and alter the situation in Kosovo. And I'm a strong believer that by starting with small steps, I think that Kosovo will enable to reach something which is good for the future. That's why I'm ending this presentation with a quote from Mahatma Gandhi: "You must be the change you wish to see in the world." Thank you very much for your attention. If you have any questions, please do.
Yeah, so I like the first and fourth recommendation, and especially the first one with respect to establishing a career counseling program in high school. My question is, when do you think the career counseling in high school should begin? Do you think that 12th grade, for example, would be too late?
No, I think that, what I thought on proposing this recommendation, it was establishing a career guidance program which is, counseling in high schools, which will be available for all high school students. That career counseling will not be imposed in trying to say students you have to go and and consult for undergraduate program. But if a student desires to go and see the counselor, then that will be the availability and the freedom of the students. That's why I'm suggesting that students, because the main focus of this research project is to allow students choose their own preferred undergraduate program. And by allowing them to also freely consult with the counselors that will be available in each high school, that will be also I think that might affect their psychology as well, because they will understand that this is not something that we are imposing to them, but it's something that this is really beneficial for their posterity and career-wise and in profession. I hope
We have two daughters here. I don't have any sons, so maybe I'm a bit biased as well. But do you think from a family point of view, are parents more protective of daughters than they are of sons? Or do you think parents are thinking in current society that the young men are going to be the breadwinners, they think of it more from an economic point of view? So which of those two do you think is most strong in parents' minds? Are they going to be overprotective of their daughters, or are they really saying the young men are the ones who are going to get good jobs? And how do you balance those two?
Well, thank you firstly very much for your question. I think that there's a distinguishment between certain parents, because my study did not know whether their parents are educated, have other career backgrounds, which would be even more effective for my study, because it is important to understand whether parents such as you or my parents have been protected only to the certain extent that they wanted the best for me. However, there are also other categories that really don't see the potential at the female side. And that's why I'm also suggesting that there should be an extension of the survey work, because trying to do a thorough analysis in this regard and also distinguishing other factors that are within the category of the parental impact would be something that also allows the society to understand the parental impact not as only judging all the parents as a whole and grouping them and generalizing. However, trying to distinguish that there are parents that want to protect their daughters or want something best for them, because there are, let's say, I'm taking the example of medical school. My father is a doctor, and he suggested that I shouldn't go to medical school because it is 6 years, only the undergraduate program, and then 5 years specialty, and then 3 years doctorate. So it's a long time, but he never said, I'm choosing this undergraduate program for you, and you have to strictly go through it. And I'm also assuming that you will not do that to your daughters as well, because you only are trying to think something that is best for them. However, as I mentioned, there are other categories of parents that they are trying to really impose the undergraduate program on them, and that is not allowing females to freely choose and do whatever they actually want inside.
I was just thinking also, you look at the social history of many other countries in Europe, and this sort of imbalance has been in most countries. So do you what's your sense for the future? Are you looking at 10 years down the road, 20 years? You've got good recommendations, but how long do you think this balance is going to be?
Well, because Kosovo is starting with baby steps towards prosperity, I strongly believe that with younger generations, with new ideas, there will be more innovative projects, and that will also enable the society to understand that even females are the ones that can maybe change a certain issue or be good at a certain undergraduate program. Well, my recommendations are really limited, because even with the time limit and also respondents' tendency not to suggest something even further. However, I believe that with this with collaboration of the Ministry of Education and other institutions, I believe that also younger comes up, and also it will help the society to gain